Hey guys, it's Jenny and welcome back to my channel. And I just want to welcome my new backdrop to my channel. This isn't this backdrop for pretty much like my story times or anything that requires me to sit and like be in front of the camera. This would be my lovely backdrop. Now I also got a white one just for my Instagram photos. So if you are not following my Instagram, make sure you do. But let's get into this video. Today's video, I decided to do a story time. Well, yeah, I said I wasn't going to do a story time in a while, but they kind of make me happy, and something happened that I've been meaning to do a story time on, and I haven't really got a chance to, and I wanted to kind of throw in a couple of different videos before I throw in another story time. So I thought, why not? Let's just do this today, get this over with, and give you guys a juicy story. So, if you already haven't noticed by the title of this video, this story time is on the time I got evicted. I don't even know what else to say about this. Let's just get right into the story time. So if you want to hear about my embarrassing story on getting evicted, stay tuned. When I got the first notice. So the first notice, I actually have it with me. Hold up. The first notice I received was September 22nd. So the notice was, it just pretty much looked like this. I'm just not going to zoom in. It's pointless. I'll let you know what it says. It pretty much says that it's a note saying, it's pretty much a letter saying that we have not paid the rent, and it doesn't even say for how long we haven't paid the rent. It says that the rent hasn't been paid, and that you have 6 days. You have 6 days to make all the payments or make some kind of payment. Ooh, I'm just flashing myself. You have 6 days to make some kind of payment so that before you get evicted, pretty much, long story short. And that's what that says. I know that I was paying all my rent in time, but the way that we do it is between me and my roommate, we send it to my mom, and then my mom hands it from there and she pays it. So obviously the first thing I do when I receive that first note is call my mom, like, what's going on? Like, we're paying you the money. Like, is my mom going shopping with us? Like, what's going on? So I call my mom and I explain to my mom about the letter. And she's just like, what? What's going on? She's like, oh, don't worry. I'll call the office and I'll fix it. Cool. After that, I left everything in my mom's hand. I just assumed she fixed it. I just assumed everything was okay. So now let's fast forward to, this is maybe like October 10th, right? We're going to fast forward to October 10th. October 10th was a Tuesday. I remember because I was on my way to school when this happened. So I'm on my way to school. I literally had just got service on one of the train stations on my way to school, and I see my roommate calling me, and I'm just like, why the hell is she calling me? Like, I literally had left the house not too long ago. And I answer the phone, and she's like, oh, Jenny, I think you need to come home right now. So I'm just like, okay, like, what it can possibly be going on that she wants me to come home right now? So then I'm thinking it has to do something with my dog or whatever the case is, but no. I'm like, what happened? She's like, oh, there's U.S. Marshals here saying that they're here to evict everybody out the house. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? Oh, no. So I asked to speak to the marshal guy. I told my roommate to, what the hell? I just keep flashing you. I asked my roommate to give the marshal guy the phone so I can speak to him. And when I speak to him, I'm like, oh, like, did you contact the office before you did this? Because that was supposedly all handled. So she explains to me that he made sure to call before, and she gave the okay, or whatever the case is. So I'm like, okay, can you give me like 5 minutes so I can call the lady from the office? But because all this is happening, I'm in the train station on 125th Street with a whole bunch of people around, and I'm livid. So I go upstairs to just take the train back because I haven't even called the office. I called the office, and I'm asking the lady, like, what is going on? Like, why is there marshals in the house? She then proceeds to say that the rent has not been paid since January, and that until they receive some kind of money, we're not able to get back into the house, to the apartment. I'm like, since January. Okay, hold up. Me and her got into a big argument with the phone, back and forth, and whatever. I hung up the phone on her. I'm like, let me call my mom. Obviously, my mom is the monkey in the middle that we need to figure out what the hell has been going on. So I call my mom, and I'm telling my mom, like, I'm on my way back home right now. There's marshals literally in my house, like, telling my roommate that she has to leave. So my roommate calls me back, like, oh, they're saying, like, what's going on, like, that she has to leave. So I'm like, okay, take my dog and just wait outside. Like, I'm literally almost there. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to get off the train and take a cab. So that's what I did. Like, get off the train, take a cab. When I spoke to my mom, I told my mom what was going on. My mom spoke to the manager, not the manager of the office, her boss, and was on the way to the office to supposedly fix everything out. Mom told me not to worry about it, just to go to school, that she has everything handled. But I'm like, I'm not just going to leave my roommate with my mom trying to figure this all out. It's my apartment. Let me go over there and figure it out with them, and whatever cases. So I get in a cab and I head home. And when I get to my block, whew, I feel like I'm speaking so fast. Take a breath. She got me a glass of water for this, right? So, yes. Back to the story. So I get home, and my mom is already outside with my roommate, and they're like pretty much they're just walking to the office. So we walk to the office, and we go into the office, and the first thing my mom says is, like, did he contact you to give us back the key or whatever the case is? She comes out all hostile, and I swear to God, now that I think about it, I'm like, I should have filmed the whole thing, because that would have been perfect to insert right here, but whatever. She starts to get hostile, and it's like, oh, she's not giving nobody back no key until somebody is making a payment or whatever the case is. So I always try to let my mother handle it, just because my mother can handle it well without getting all hostile, especially when someone's coming at her. I don't do that very well. You go from 0 to 100, or I'm hitting 1,000. So I kind of let my mother handle it for a little bit. Then I just felt like she just started her levels just started getting higher and higher and higher. And I'm like, no. Now I'm going to get into it. What I don't understand is why at some point no one is communicating back and forth and telling people that something is going on. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, why isn't nobody communicating within one another and letting them know, like, hey, well, you're about to get evicted. Meanwhile, literally the week before that, no, 2 weeks before that, I called the office to tell her about something that was going on or whatever the case is in my apartment. She never mentioned it. Didn't say anything about the fact that I was about to get evicted. Then, step 2, my mom spoke to her literally the Friday before. It was Tuesday. That Friday before, my mom spoke to her. And when we brought that up in the office, like, my mom's like, oh, but I spoke to you on Friday. Why didn't you feel the need to bring that up? She couldn't even remember that we spoke to her. I feel like I'm yelling. Getting a little hostile. Okay, let me calm down now. Pisses me off, that's the thing. And I haven't even got to the juicy words. So, moving on. She couldn't even remember that she spoke to my mom on Friday. And then she starts the whole sob story that her father has passed away. Man, listen. Before I even continue the story, let me say this. I'm not a cold-hearted person, and I understand that people deal with stuff differently, and I understand that there is stuff that happens, you know, in the world that, like death and family death and all that stuff, that is not easy to take. But let me tell you something. I'm a store manager. I can't, God forbid, my father or my mother pass away, I can't go to work and kind of give off that energy with somebody else or whatever the case is, or blame the fact that I'm dealing with this personal issue on why certain things weren't done correctly. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I can't do that. So for someone who is in management at whatever, she's an office manager, whatever she is, I don't feel like to defend your point on why something wasn't done, you shouldn't bring that up. Like, that shouldn't be what it is. Like, at the end of the day, you still got a job to do. And if you don't get something done and you go to your boss and you tell your boss, oh, I didn't get it done because my father passed away, they're not really going to care. Like, honestly, let's keep it a buck. Business is business. People don't really care about people's personal life. So with that, I'm just like, I really don't want to hear that. Like, that really has nothing to do with why I'm here. you just evicted me has nothing to do with your father passing away. Let's just put that out. Because you gave the okay without confirming with your head office what was going on. Right? So back to it. She couldn't remember that she spoke to my mom or whatever the case is. And long story short, we're there going back and forth on like why wasn't even just confirmed correctly before this happens. So there was another lady that was there. She was like pretty much being the mediator. The mediator. She was the one kind of like calming everything out. And she's just like, oh, well, so then what's been going on with the payments? Like, well, I was like, you guys contact your boss because our payments are made through your boss. So if you guys have any more questions on what happened to that money once it reached to him, you're going to have to ask him. So she starts what she's doing, contacts the guy, and guess what? The proof of all of our payments were already in their emails that both of them did not check because they were too busy evicting us and then arguing with us about it. So they get the email. I'm like, so you guys have the email. We're here going back and forth and I don't have the key to my apartment. Why? I'm not understanding. So her little bitter booty comes back and she hands me the key. Like, oh, here you go. So I was just wrongfully evicted is what you're telling me. That I was evicted without having correct information. Like you wrongfully evicted me. Like I wasn't supposed to get evicted, but you evicted me. Okay, so if I want to be petty, I can just go get a lawyer and do all the extra stuff or whatever the case is, right? But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to request a new apartment. My apartment needs a lot of fixing up to do. Y'all just finishing renovating 2 apartments. So, excuse me, I would like to move into one of those that are freshly renovated and you guys can work on this one and we can all be happy. So, it's what now? November. This was the December. I just wanted to be Christmas already. This is October 10th. It's now November 2nd and truthfully, nothing really happened, honestly. It's like, did I get a sorry? Did I get anything? No, nothing happened. And I'm still waiting to find out about whether they're going to move my apartment or not. So I'm like, they're either going to move my apartment or I am going to be real petty and get a lawyer and still go back to everything, which is why I still have my papers, as you can see, just in case they want to play with me and not move me out. It's an embarrassing moment. And it's even more embarrassing when you know you've been paying your money. Because if I been just chilling and going shopping with my rent money, then I would have been like, oh, so be it. Like, I would have been walking out like, ha, ha, ha. But knowing that niggas is working so hard and all of that, and we're young adults paying all this rent, obviously, to live in New York and all this stuff, and someone to sit here and evict me out of a home that I've been paying, like, that is just a different kind of low. Oh, and they left this nice little letter too, which is the martial legal possession. Which is pretty much letting you know that they now have legal possession of your premises. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy to have went through this and not been doing what they said. It's just like, it's a big slap in the face, honestly. Like, it just felt so low. And then even knowing that you're not a broke bitch, you've been paying your rent, like there should be no reason why you got evicted, it still feels so embarrassing and so low. Like, why did that even have to happen? Like, if this been going on since January, you guys been thinking that I haven't been paying the rent, we encounter each other so many times. Why have nobody said anything? Like, it didn't make any sense to me. And they claim that they're not supposed to, but it don't make any sense. Like, you're real quick to evict somebody, but it didn't make any sense. But I think that wraps up today's bizarre story time of me being wrongfully evicted. And if you're watching this video to hear an embarrassing story of me actually getting evicted for me not paying my rent, sorry, you clicked on the wrong video. My rent. Anyways, to wrap this video up, I hope you guys enjoyed this weird little crazy story. I just felt like I needed to tell people because this is crazy, and I'm pretty sure if it's happened to me, it has happened to other people. So yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this story time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next. That wasn't supposed to go yet, Jenny. We're not there. You're going up. You're going on top of the script now. Chill. Wait. You gotta, say goodbye to your lovers first, right? You guys know what to do. Until next time, lovers.